Hey, welcome to an update on our guest house. We're, for the moment, stage one, we're really just about done in this room, but we're still using it as a workroom. So, I mean, this has the space, and we don't want to mess up all of the space outside by the pool, because all of that dust goes into the pool, gets sucked up, gets into the filter, and we don't want that. So we're just taking a last look really at the inside here. Now we had to move the lights, or will have to move the lights. You can just about sneak a little glimpse of one of the lights there. Going to have to put them on the edge. Now in the house, I don't know, maybe the lights, well, the lights were a different make, different brand, and maybe that's why they don't give as much light. However, there's also other factors. The ceiling is much lower and the whole place was white, so maybe that was another contributing factor. But anyway, there's not enough light coming from those in the ceiling, in the situation it's in, so we're looking at increasing the light there by moving the tubes out to the very edge, what you can see here. So they'll be on the very edge. Now the issue on that when we were in the red house was that we didn't want to see the light directly. As you can see there, look, the camera's picking up the point that I'm trying to make. You get one intense spot of light, which is the source, and then everything fades away from that. So you don't want to actually see that intense spot of light. You want to see that reflected or passed on and slightly filtered. So that's the idea there. I mean, if I just take this piece of wood, I've got a piece of wood here, and hold that in front of the light, let me see, yeah, there we are. So that's in front of the light, and once you don't have that intense spot of light, then things change. Look at that, see? So we're going to experiment a little with the light, and I'll see what I can come up with. It may be that I will leave that as it is. It does, once it's painted, it will look really nice. And then I'll have to decide what other lights that I want to come on when we put the light switch on. Either that or side lights. The bed is going up into that corner on this angle. That's the idea at the moment, so everything's not just in squares. And once we do that, then we'll know what the lights are going to be by the bed. And also, if this is a seating area, this is kind of like the bed sitting room, and once that's there, we'll know what lights have to come from that. We do have a light socket. There, and we've freed that up from being hooked into the television by putting in this extra socket. So there's one there. This is to be a corner desk, which I already have made, and we have a light socket here for computer and any other thing that we need in that, possibly light too. So that's the update for the room here. Nothing that you haven't already seen actually, but what you haven't seen is that we've started on this, and this is the coming in from the outside. This is what will greet anybody that's staying in the guest house. It was a tiny porch. The idea always was that I would put a countertop in, L-shaped countertop going along there and then coming along here, and that was always the plan. The only thing that's changed is might put in a little oven or possibly a microwave. Not keen on the microwave idea, but we'll see what happens. But the support has gone in for the countertop. On top of the support we've got the granite. So we've done granite again, and that's going to go. So we'll have the first layer, of course, is the block board. Let me show you. This is the block board, of course. And that goes in here like this. So obviously it's coming out 16 inches. So that's going to come out. I didn't want it to come right out here because you've got people sitting, and we found that this is good for our breakfast bar. So that's proved to be a good measurement for us for the breakfast bar. So we're duplicating it here. Come along 16 inches here, right? And then this will be out 22 or 23. I think it's 23 inches, which is the width of the granite. So that's going to come right out here. That's going to cover the refrigerator, which is where this little table is right now. That will come out, and it will come out right along like that, right along over to this side, join up with this part here, hence the L-shaped idea. And then some cabinet work underneath. Doesn't need a whole lot of cabinet work, but this will be a wide part. Then there'll be a sink in here around this sort of part, a small sink like we have in our little kitchen in the red house. So we've started by putting in the ceiling. I don't second guess James when he's doing this kind of thing. I come in, I talk to him about the design ideas that I have, how I want it to be, and he goes ahead and I go along with whatever method he chooses to attack the job on. So this is a work in progress. He's got most of those panels neatly joined in, and we'll have three spotlights. So 3 downlighters. There we are. 1, 2. Number 2, if you call it that, is right above where people would be sitting. So I wanted that. And this one above the sink. So I've learned that from the kitchen over in the red house, is that I really wish that I'd had a spotlight over the kitchen sink, because maybe it's my aged eyes, but I like a ton of light. This does not seem too bright for me, so I'm quite happy to have 3 downlighter spots there, which I've only got 3. I've only got 4 in the main kitchen, which is about 7 feet wide by about 15 feet. So that tells you everything, doesn't it? So here we are. We've come along, and we're moving along. Monday we'll see some great changes in here, and I'm trying to get James to do the work that I really wouldn't like to do. I don't want to be standing on ladders and putting up pieces of plywood onto the ceiling. That's not work that I think makes sense for me. So I'm trying to get him so that whatever happens, that work which I wouldn't want to do is done. So you'll get the granite cut, and then we'll have the same thing will be happening in here, which is the bathroom. So I'm going to get the ceiling lowered on that too. So we'll get that ceiling lowered, and whatever I come up with in the meantime, while James is working on that next week, whatever he can do next week on that, and then we'll move into the bathroom to get that work done that as I say, I don't want to do. And then will address how we're going to proceed. So he's fixed the ceiling up now. He'll finish that job. As you can see, there's a very slight sag there. That's going to be straightened out. That can be straightened out easily when the other paneling is put up over here. See, so that's and we're picking up on work that wasn't done. I just actually saw that they haven't actually fixed. When they put those windows in, I wasn't very happy with the work that they did there. We just got our brand new corner unit, and they put pressure on one of the windows there, and it cracked. Of course, walking away after you put pressure on glass, you don't see anything at all, but the pressure builds up and gradually it will just crack itself, which is what it did. And when they came in to put the new window in, they didn't cover the couch or pull it aside, so I was shocked to see some bits of the black sealant on the couch. Very disappointing. So that's our walk around. I'm pleased with the way that things are coming along. Very nice details that James always does. We're waiting now for this part. This is measured so that it will take the decorative moulding that comes up and here and across. So that's there, but very nice detail. I asked him to take this off at an angle, which is done very nicely. So, talk to you when more has been done. Thanks for looking in. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye bye.